Hey guys and girls, welcome back to another beautiful video on this beautiful channel, beautiful day. How you guys doing? We're gonna keep working on the game. Now, we did a bunch of stuff with tile array last video, and we made a nice tile array for the tiles. It was kind of a hack fix, but it got the job done, and we won't be using it for anything else. So it's specifically created for this, and that's fine. We'll just keep it like that. And I closed down tile array or whatever, and you're gonna close down this. Now what I'm gonna be working with today is since stage is kind of, I want to take a little break because we're gonna have to make the map editor and stuff and the backgrounds. It's cool, we'll do that, but what I want to do is I want to make a new class called particle system, or a particle. So first of all, what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a new class, C++ class, call it well, a particle. All a particle is gonna be a sprite. Alright, this is going to be a sprite, and all we're going to keep in particle system, we'll just make particle system, and we will virtualize that, or we will call it particles, particle system, particle, and then we'll have a, well, this way then I can just send in the particle system, and then we can do stuff with that. I can send it into stuff that wants to use it. That's the way I should have done with text tag system. Just send it into places and they'll create their own text tags as needed. But we'll create a particle system. We'll start off with this. Particle system.h, particle system.cpp. And who's gonna include what? Well, everything might need a particle system. For example, player, all that stuff. So, or we could do it like we did before and just have it in game, where we'll create a particle. We could just have it in game though. We could. It would be nice to be able to send it in, but then we have to do a bunch of parameter stuff and includes and all that stuff. So I'm gonna do this from tile. I'm gonna take all this stuff from tile. I'm gonna put it in here, and I'm gonna include, well, now we do include everything. Include particle system. So that's cool. We did include it everywhere now. Private per usual. And I'm thinking we're gonna have a little class here called particle, but we'll see how we do that. I mean, I want a D array, a regular D array of particles. So I'm thinking if I'm just gonna have a bunch of sprites in here, sprite particles, okay, and I'm gonna load a texture pointer particle, or D array, I guess, D array textures, and then we will, or make it static per usual, just to follow our regular kind of thingy. Particle textures. Okay, so that's our regular kind of way we do it. We'll have it in public so we can access it. We'll have our particles here. Now each particle isn't gonna have a timer though, but the way we could handle that is we could instead of using the clock, we could actually, let me first do this. No, so particles is gonna shoot out particles, and each particle should have its own little lifetime. And I was thinking that lifetime was gonna be the alpha value and a direction as well, a directional vector. Okay, so what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna make a little private class here called class particle. Particle is gonna have a private or a public, just a public thing. Who cares? We'll just say public particle, and then particle particle, and then wait, a big P, particle particle. Okay, so we're gonna need a position or a float x pos, float y pos to make it easier. X pos, y pos, and then a texture number int texture index. We're gonna make, that's the position texture index. We're gonna, after that we're gonna, what else are we gonna do? Vector 2f for float x direction, float y direction, and then the speed, float max speed, max velocity, and then so y pos texture index, direction, and a max velocity, and a max life, float lifetime. So there we go. We got ourselves a nice particle class. I could do that afterwards, yes. So okay, and then we're gonna do it's all gonna be handled through this. So private, then we're gonna do no, this is public in here. Okay, so we have a particle, and we're gonna have our variables here, vector 2f, no, sprite, then vector 2f direction, and then float max velocity. We're gonna have a float lifetime. Sprite's gonna keep position, texture index isn't needed, and we're gonna be good. This sprite dot set texture, and of course we need to do this particle textures. Static, okay, d-array particle system, particle textures. What do you mean identifier, bro? Serious? Texture. Really? Well, I did include everything here, so oh wait. Using namespace SF in tile. Oh, whoops! I closed something. Map stage. I closed stage just so I have that there when I need it. Stage tile particles. Okay, so there we go. the array texture particle system. So there we go, we're good with that. Sure, particle system, particle textures at position texture index. So once we set the texture, we're good. We're gonna just do this. Okay, so this sprite.set position vector to f x pos y pos. There. Okay, this there equals dot x equals x there, this there dot y equals y there, this max velocity equals max velocity, this lifetime equals lifetime. So and a float max rotation, and then a lifetime, and then I also want a boolean random. So you have to give that in there. Now if it's random, it's gonna be from 1 to something, and then it's gonna look really cool. But if it's not, then well, we could just do this. We could do that. We can put in random stuff when we want, but otherwise we don't have to. But okay, but for now it's cool. Float max rotation, float max rotation in degrees, this max rotation equals max rotation. So there we go, we have a particle thingy. We don't have to do anything here. What we could do is just, I hope this works, by the way. I hope this is initialized really quickly, because in game, let me handle that before I start anything else. Init map textures, init texture, player texture, init view, map textures, player textures, init textures. There's a bunch of other stuff in textures that I haven't done yet. Bosses, let's just do it in here for now. Particles temp.load from file. Now let's see what we have in here. Textures. I was thinking we'd make a pixeler thingy. Pixeler editor. We create a new one with like, for how big should it be? I mean, it should be like 2020 transparent vertical 01. Particle 01. Okay, that's good. That's a good size for a particle. Let's zoom in. And I was thinking we'd make a little triangle type thing, because this is a like a, what do you call it, space shooter game. So the debris that's gonna fall off is gonna be kind of triangular. Let me make it smaller, and then let me just take this, what do you call it, this, how do you do this though? How do you make it, how do you cut it in half? I wish I knew. I wish there was some type of, aren't there more shapes than this? Well, just gonna have to do this. Logger. Wait, that was one layer. Let's make a new one. Let's make a small little thing like this. Let's say layer, rotate, or like free transform. Let me do it like this. Yes. And then just cut it in half. Ooh, that looks a little too perfect though. I don't like that. I don't like that. Let me see how that looks at 100%. Well, I mean, it is a little triangle. It's no real big deal here. It's just a little triangle. But no, I don't like that. Let me do it perfect. Let's do this. Let's say fixed size 2020. Fixed size 15. Put it there. Fill it with black. Say layer. Oh, free transform. Now the problem is gonna get outside of the whole thing. It's gonna be cut out. Picture 50. Let's just do that until we get it perfectly fixed. Free transform. Can you not like rotate it? Rotate. It's just 180 and stuff. Okay, whatever. We'll do that again then. I think this looks kind of meh. There we go. I think that's pretty fine. And then we will just cut it off. No restrictions. Just cut it right there. And just go ahead and take this. Just like that, and make a new picture like 20 transparent. Okay, that's how the problem was. So I want it to be in the center so it rotates perfectly. If we want to rotate it. Now that sucks balls. Like this. I mean, whatever, it's not that big of a deal. It's just a little particle, right? It's a little triangle particle, and and that's good. That's good. So we'll just put it up a little bit, just like that, and then we'll save that particle. Or we'll just turn the opacity down a little bit, just a little bit on it. We can control that in game actually. I didn't think about that. Inner glow. Just make it a little whitish inside. Just look like metal a little bit. Not that much, just a little bit. A little less, something like that. Ooh, that looks kind of cool. That looks kind of nice, dude. Yeah, that looks kind of nice right there. I like this. I like this as a particle. So PNG particle 01. Okay. We gotta put it in wingman, textures. Let's make a new folder called particles, and let's save it in there. Let's just close this whole deal, and now we should have particles. Particle 01. Okay, load from file, and then let's do this again. Load from file, textures, particles, particle 01.png. this. Wait, no, what? Pick up textures. Oh, because I haven't done those yet, right? Init player textures, then all I did was that. Okay. So particle system particle textures dot add temp. Is that all you do, boys and girls? Is that all you do? The fuck? The fuck? Oh, because it's a texture sheet. Okay. That's good. Alright. So we pretty much set it up for success. Now, update difficulty. Let me just close out. Why are these open right now? I don't understand. Pickups, upgrade, map update. We're gonna keep that open. Update, draw UI. Wow, everything is open. Draw upgrades, draw. There we go. We're gonna make 2 more. Before I forget, we're gonna make 2 more. Draw upgrades with draw particles. There we go. We're gonna be working with this game. Draw particles. We're gonna go up here. Void update particles update const float dt, and boom, we're gonna take that, we're gonna go and put it under map update, and let's go map update under map update actually, because it's a recent one. And we're just gonna do this and say game. Wow, I hate insert. Game particles update. Good Lord have mercy. Okay, so we're good. Now in game, we're gonna do. These are just textures, player textures, upgrades, pickups, particles. Let's say a particle system particles, and then system. And then what we could actually have done is particle system is just gonna hold on to stuff which we don't need. We don't really need particle system, but okay, you know what? Okay, this particle, let's do a this is static. Void update const float dt, void draw, render target. Okay, make sure we just create these in particle system right here, just because we want to be able to call them right now in game so that we can start working. Let me do this particle system. How long is this video? I have to keep track of that. 23 minutes. Alright guys and girls, we have a good framework. I'm going to keep working on this in the next video. Alright, take care. I hope you learned something, and we're going forward real quick. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon. Alright, see you in the next one. Bye bye.